time, I'm standing next to Jonathan Rinaldi and Raul Rivera. We are the Foley Square 3, the only 3 protesters against Eric Adams's rally here for illegal aliens the other day. Listen, we are not against migration. We are for legal migration. We are against illegal migration. You cannot keep rewarding people from breaking the federal law, coming across the border, and rewarding them. I have 2 family members from Medellin, Colombia, have been waiting in Colombia 7 long years, filed all the correct legal petitions, paid all the filing fees for the FBI fingerprinting fee, the whole slew of fees. And yet, the city and the federal government is rewarding illegal aliens from crossing the border. They will never stop coming if you keep rewarding them. You're giving them $500 a night hotels, $1,000 scooters, $800 a month EBT cards that reload. This is unsustainable economically. You're going to bankrupt the country and our city. Don't you realize this is the worst crisis and you're trying to destroy our country? We don't know who these people are. They're unvetted. Our grandparents were all immigrants. Our grandparents came through Ellis Island where they were vetted completely. They were vetted. These people are unvetted. We don't even know their real names. We don't know their criminal histories. They've been arresting them at the Roosevelt Hotel every day, every night. Violence. It's just insanity. Insanity that they're allowing these people. They came across with even an ISIS coyote the other day. God knows what else was in those trucks that came across with the immigrants. This is wrong. They are human trafficking. They're trafficking in children. Our politicians do not stand up. We need you to stand up. We need you to call this out. This is insanity. Insanity. Again, we're not haters. We don't hate migrants. This is a country built by migrants. I don't have a racist bone in my body. But illegal migration we are against, and legal migration we are for. And I was the only one holding a flag. A news reporter came up to me. You're the only one holding an American flag.
You know what, too, David? I think a lot of people should understand that you have to make a line. There's people already here in line waiting, going through the process. Here, right in front of us, we have the INS building. And they went through the process, and they're still waiting and waiting and waiting. And it's not fair. People coming from all over the world, and they're skipping that line.
Well, Raul, that brings me to my next point, and you made an excellent point right there. I told my family members last week, don't continue to wait. Cross the border illegally. And they did. One is here already and one is coming next week. And I never thought I would tell somebody to break federal law. But you know what? At the end of the day, this has to implode. This cannot be sustained in maybe another month or so. And when it does implode, what's going to happen? All of the countries that have people that have filed legal migration petitions, government's going to tell them, you know what? There's no room for you in America, even though you filed everything the right way. You followed the law because we were overrun by illegals. And now, tough luck. This is insanity. You need to stop rewarding these people right now. Like Raul said, you have to draw the line in the sand. These are people, the majority of which are not really even true asylum seekers. They are seeking a better economic life. And I get that. I'm a father. I have children. I can understand in Mexico or in Colombia, a family that's poor that makes $100 a month wanting a better economic life. But that is not a true asylum petition. They're giving these people dates of 9 years from now. 9 years you come back and we'll see if you have a true legitimate asylum petition, which they don't. Because 99% of them are just seeking a better economic life. You have to stop. Joe Biden, cierra la frontera. That means close the border immediately.
Let's just call this what this is, right? This is child trafficking. This is human trafficking. These people are coming over here. These girls are getting raped as they come over here. But there's an infrastructure in place. These people can't walk through 10 countries just to get over here. This is all on purpose. This is a plan to crash our budget, to crash our social services, to bring us into a Chinese social credit system. And the way that they're going to do that is by bringing these people in here and having them fill out an absentee ballot application. Can you hold this for a second, Raul?
Because that's another great point,
Jonathan. I just want to make a statement that this here is an absentee ballot application. This here is a voter registration form. Now, usually, right? You would take this form and you would fill it out and you would send it into the Board of Elections, and then you would go and you would be able to vote on election day. Most of the time it was one day, paper ballots, they tally it up, and that was it. Now what they're doing is this absentee ballot application. Right here on number 6 and number 7, it authorizes somebody to come pick up and drop off your ballot. Now, me as a candidate, I can go and collect about 5,000 to 10,000 of these. And then on here, there's a signature verification form. However, there is no way to signature verify that. So what's going to end up happening is that they're bringing these people in here, and they're going to make them fill out this form, and they will vote, and they will vote against our interests, and our republic is in danger. Mayor Adams has declared war. Donovan Richards has declared war. Kathy Hochul has declared war on us in Queens. They built a military barracks full of military-aged men right in the middle of the borough. This is war. And we're not going to allow this to happen. And we're not going to allow you to steal our votes. We're not going to allow you to take away our voter integrity. This is a republic, and we're going to fight for it.
Jonathan,
I would like to say,
Yes.
I'm sorry about
It's
that.
okay.
I want to touch on Intro 1867. That's a bill that was passed by the council where green card holders and non-citizens are able to vote in local laws here in New York. That bill was shot down by the courts, but the mayor is appealing it. And I think a lot of New Yorkers don't know about that. And I think they should know. It's very important that the only people that can vote in this country and in this city are U.S. citizens. And we have Idanis Rodriguez. We have the mayor trying to push this bill so non-citizens and green card holders to vote. And I think that is so wrong and disrespectful to the Constitution. Many people may hate the Constitution, but for now, that's what we have. And we have to push forward. We can't go backwards. You know, there's a lot of history in this country, but we have to preserve the Constitution. We have to make it better. We have to move forward, and we have to preserve the right to vote here legally. And we have to call out these elected officials that are doing this shady stuff. This is shady. This is not right.
Legal.
People should know about that. Only U.S. citizens should vote. And this is not a discrimination towards anybody else. It's just a fact. I can't go to another country and vote. I'm not a citizen from that country.
Exactly.
I'm from New York City. I should be able to vote here if I was born here. That's it.
Raul, let me just say, follow up on his point, because my point was exactly the same thing. Joe Biden, Kathy Hochul, and Eric Adams, they want the illegal aliens here for one reason. They're using them as pawns, as voters. They want them to vote so badly in the New York City November 2023 election. Like Raul said, listen, you want to change the law, you go to Congress. You don't try a backdoor maneuver here by a bill that Bill de Blasio left on the desk of Eric Adams when he left here. This is a backdoor way to try to circumvent Congress and the law. They don't care. Eric Adams does not care. Joe Biden does not care about these migrants. The only reason they're bringing them here is for votes to assure that they continue to win elections against the Republicans. New York City, the world, whoever's watching, wake up. That's the truth. That's the truth.
And the Constitution is the only thing that protected us against the tyranny of lockdowns and mass mandates from being in here in perpetuity. If we didn't have the Constitution, they could have. We were one day away from being rounded up and taken into camps, which Kathy Hochul is already trying to do.
Exactly.
So the Constitution is the only thing that we have, and we have to fight for that every single day. And these illegals that come over here, they don't have to be vaccinated. They don't have to be.
So why did you fire the cops, Eric Adams? Why did you fire the cops?
Why does the fire department have to be fired? Why do people and the teachers have to be fired? These people lost their livelihoods. You threaten people with their jobs. You shut down businesses. And now you're going to let people come in here and circumvent all the stuff that you put everyone in this city through?
Unvaccinated, unvetted, they can go to school, but kids can't go. New York City kids can't go. Where is the justice? Where is the fairness? How do you let illegal aliens jump legal migration petitions in federal court? How do you let illegal aliens go to school unvaccinated, unvetted, and yet our children, you don't? You don't care. Again, this is all about the voting. People wake up. Even the illegals wake up. They are using you as pawns.
Pandering to the voters.
Mayor Adams doesn't care about black people. He put the first migrant hotel in the middle of Little Bangladesh in my district. He doesn't care about any of you. Donovan Richards doesn't care about black people. He went and installed parking for illegal scooters. Where are all the social services for all the so-called where is all the money and the social services for the low-income people? How come they are not being taken care of? How come everyone in Pominock is not getting an electric scooter? How come all these illegals are getting everything? What about all the affordable housing? Who do you think is going to get that? Who's going to stop? These hotels are signing contracts which are way bloated and stealing money. Who's to stop all of these co-op boards from taking those same contracts and kicking everybody on the street? They kicked out veterans, disabled people, elderly,
to
put in
replace
illegals.
them with illegal aliens. This is disgusting. You all should be disgraced. Disgraceful what you're doing. These American citizens, American veterans that have fought and died and come home wounded. No arms, no legs from this country. And you're throwing them out and you're replacing them with migrants. And I saw that in the news the other day. Now you're saying, Eric Adams, the migrants got to leave the hotels in 60 days so they can replace them with new migrants. This is unsustainable. Close the freaking border. You want the real solution? You didn't want to hear it the other day when we screamed it to you. Close the border. Cierra la frontera. That means close the border.
Hazlo now. Do it now.
Hazlo ya mismo.
It's my name, a monkey's found down on Broadway.